Are you an indie podcast or content creator looking to reach a wider audience? Look no further. Introducing Podcastic, the ultimate podcast network designed exclusively for indie creators like you. At Podcastic, we believe in the power of unique voices and fresh perspectives. We're here to amplify your passion and creativity, connecting you with the growing community of engaged listeners who crave original content. Podcastic is more than just a platform. It's a support system built for indie podcasters, offering a range of resources to help you succeed. From tailored promotional campaigns to professional production assistance, we're here to help you shine. Our intuitive platform makes it easy for you to be seen and heard. We do all the heavy lifting for you. You just show up and create. Plus, with our advanced analytics, you'll gain valuable insights into your audience's preferences, allowing you to refine your content and grow your fan base. Ignite your passion, expand your reach, and thrive with podcasting. Visit our website at www.podcasticlife.com to get started. Podcasting, the home for indie podcasts and content creators.
TNT Cakes Creations and More, where we specialize in red velvet and strawberry cheesecake, chocolate covered strawberries, custom baby boxes, custom signs, custom tees and sweatshirts, custom sports balls, graduation accessories, custom glasses and tumblers, custom license plates, heat transfers, custom office signs. TNT Cakes Creations and More. Give us a call.
This episode of the Big Flexxx Strongcast is sponsored by Gym Animal Muscle Gang brand. If you are looking for some help reaching your health and fitness goals with one-on-one training, group training, meal plans, nutritional advice, and more, visit GAMGfitness.com. Do you want to look great while working out with the dopest workout apparel? T-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, joggers, skull caps, tank tops, and more. Visit www.gamgfitness.com or email us at gamgpodcast7@gmail.com. Don't forget to visit us on Instagram or Facebook under Gym Animal Muscle Gang Fitness, or give us a call at 313-378-7274. That's 313-378-7274.
Yo, 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 yo. What up, everybody? Y'all know what time it is. This is GAMG, the Big Flexxx Strongcast in the building. And I am your host, as y'all already know. Who the hell am I? John Q in this bitch. What up, though, y'all? Yeah, we back again for episode 84. Hey, look. Say, we got a special guest in the building. Kind of night, you know what I'm saying? We'll let brother do the introduction. But before we get down, say to the brother and cousin, Latoya the Shine, what up, sis? How you been doing?
What up, though?
Say what's up to everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah. Say we got sis back in the building. You know how she do. Yeah, I think we got some tea time today too, don't we?
We do.
All right. And of course, got my brother right here sitting to my right. Mr. Don Snipes in the building. What up, though, cuz?
What up?
Yeah. Saying also, who we got? We gonna let you do the intro. We gotta do this right.
We got my eldest in the building tonight, Miss Ashley. All right, I wasn't gonna call her a nickname, but everybody that's always listening, y'all know what I call her. But anyway, we gonna call her, Miss Ashley tonight in the building. So,
all right. What up, cousin?
Here visiting for the holidays.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? The first batch.
All right. Mm-hmm. Hey, man. Hey, look. You trying to hook up to whatchamacallit? Yeah, we gotta put cuz on the screen, man.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah. So what's up, everybody? Say, look, as y'all know, this is where gym conversation meets podcasting. So, as y'all already know, when y'all come to the gym, what y'all need to do is like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. And like I said, that's called dapping it up. So do me a solid. We don't do favors around here. Those prostitutes, but do us some solids. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You say yikes. You know what I mean? So, how was y'all? I want to say week and strong again.
Extended strong.
Yeah, extended strong again. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that one.
Where we starting at?
Yeah, we start.
I'll start.
Oh, you want to start?
You know what? I really enjoyed spending time with the fam, seeing everybody get together. It brought me great joy.
Yeah, absolutely.
We got a chance to watch the Lions.
Man, that was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Kick some ass. All right.
That whole 2-minute delay shit that we had over Cuz house.
Listen, we had the wildest. When your folk come in town from Chicago and they doing this blasphemous shit wearing Chicago jerseys in the crib, and I mean like supporting them heavy. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to cousin Jamie. Hey, what up? Happy belated birthday to you and all that good stuff. But they was in the house just egregious.
Yeah, they was.
And here's the funny part about this.
Too, yeah.
Whole family sitting around watching the game, but it's a few folks watching on a few different televisions. Mm-hmm. So all of a sudden, this fourth quarter, everybody, we probably got about 5 minutes left.
Yeah.
And we see the youngins come upstairs and they all smiling. Yeah. So they smiling and we like...
Y'all still got 2 minutes left.
No, Pete.
Nah.
It was a 2-minute delay on the TV we were looking at. They were ahead of us.
Yeah. We all on our phones.
So when our stuff saying 5 minutes, they 2 minutes ahead of us. So we look and we like, wait a minute, I see Cuz. He like, oh man, they look at that thing. I know. We all like this.
We all going back and forth. Like, what your phone say?
Oh,
what your phone say?
Listen.
Yeah, that shit was kind of
funny. Pulled it off. Yeah. And that's all that. A W is a W. That's all that matters.
All day. Yeah.
Shout out to the city, man. But I really enjoyed this last extended strong end because, again, spending time with friends and family. Had the opportunity. The Wooder and I, we went to go see Gladiator 2 last night.
How was that, man?
You know what? It was very story driven. Okay. I'm indifferent about if it lived up to the very first one, but it was very story driven. Denzel was in it. All right, you know what I'm saying. Outside of that, I would say it was decent. Okay. All right.
So on a scale from 1 to 10, what would you give? About a 7?
I would definitely give it like a 7.5.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, but it wasn't bad.
I do want to go see it too, so that's why I'm mad.
It wasn't bad. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. Again, it was story driven. You get what I'm saying? So, and I'm a huge fan of the first Gladiator. So overall, I enjoyed it. You know, I didn't know the spot we went to. They need a little updating up in there. What's that spot we went to?
With the Riviera or something?
No, Riviera got the reclining seats. Yeah. Where did we go? Speaking to the mic, where?
AMC Livonia.
AMC Livonia.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, see, I'll be going to MJR, man. They got
listen, we were sitting there with that mug, and I'm like, but I mean, look, I got to spend time with my baby. That's all that matters. So,
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Clap that up. Yeah. All right.
And I ate like a...
Yeah, man.
I ate myself into a coma.
Yeah. Hey, look, that's what I said. I got to do me a detox or something.
Bro, just to give y'all a quick rundown. In 3 days, I had salmon, lamb chops, prime rib, Cornish hen, turkey, greens, oyster dressing, seafood, macaroni and cheese, greens, green beans, fried corn. I had all kind of salads, and then shout out to the fellas because we just had our first
Friendsgiving. Yeah.
Listen,
shout out to the whole crew, man. Y'all
listen, man. I've enjoyed myself thoroughly this year. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. All right.
That's what's up.
So what about you, Ashley? How was your strong end and your extended weekend?
It was
strong
really good. It was good. It was nice to be back home.
Okay.
The snow surprised me. Day after Thanksgiving. I was hoping I was gonna escape that before
Oh, no. You already know what time it is. So you know what time of year it is.
Yeah, like don't even play that.
So you've been missing the snow?
No.
Oh, okay.
Not been missing the snow.
All right.
At all.
All right, sis, what about you? How was your strong end?
It was
Strong, extended.
It was nice. It wasn't all that extended for me because I did have to go to work Friday. But all good. I'm not complaining about that at all. I'm grateful to have a job. So no complaints here. It was good. So shout out to my cousin Ace because he really took care of the family. He got Thanksgiving dinner catered so that we could all just show up, relax, and have a good time and not have to worry about cooking all day.
Yeah.
So good stuff. Enjoyed spending time with the fam. Lots of laughter, sharing memories. Got on that spades table and spanked some tail. So yeah, it was.
You know how to play
really
some cards, huh?
You know how to play spades?
Oh yeah.
All right.
Hell yeah.
To find out. All right.
Hell yeah. You know who my brother is?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Learn from the best. Shout out to Sammy.
She said that was super
look,
confident.
it's cheating at him and Aaron and cheating like mom. You gotta watch their ass when they be playing.
Quick hands.
Hell yeah. What?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah, so
Okay.
They said, look, you ain't trying to win if you ain't cheating.
Hey, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Yikes. Okay. Yikes.
So yeah, no, it was cool. I had a really good, strong end. It was nice. It was relaxing.
Relaxed. That's a new one.
Right.
Listen. So look, it was good up until yesterday. Now, y'all, listen. We talk about being a strong person, right? Imagine being the cousin, friend, boo, everything that anybody will do anything for and still never asking for help, right?
Yeah.
So, boom. I had a case of water in my car.
Okay.
In the trunk of my car.
Uh-huh.
Right? But I ain't really, I don't really ask for help. I don't ask for help.
What happened?
All right.
Did you need it? The question is, did you need it?
I did, but I don't ask for help. So boom. So now it was the 32 pack of water like this size. So I'm like, it's been down there 4 days. I'm now completely out of water in the house. I got to bring it up. Boom. So I take it. I live on the second floor. I'm just throw it over my shoulder. Absolutely not. My back is on fire.
Oh, hell no.
On fire.
Oh, yeah.
So you need to take just a few out and just...
I needed to just...
So basically, she was trying to be She-Ra.
Yep.
And she needed He-Man.
And kicked her own ass.
You know what I mean? She needed He-Man help.
Imagine that. Well, I literally could just pick up the phone and be like, hey, I got a case of water. But I just don't ask for help. So, boom. So, strong people, learn how to ask for help. Not so strong people that's always dependent on people. Learn how to do some shit for yourself.
Yeah, definitely.
Other than that, my strong end was great.
All right. Hey, so look, you're going to have to get that back in order. You know what I mean? You talking about it's on fire.
Yeah, I need help. It's real bad.
That's where you have to start back.
She need to get one of them foam rollers.
Foam roller, yep.
I've been seeing this massager on the tickety talk. Does it? Oh, I'm gonna have to get that. Okay.
I have one. I just got one.
Do some old school shit. Soaking the tub with some
Epsom salt.
Some Epsom salt. Yeah. Hell yeah. You know what I mean? That always help. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So if y'all want to give me something for Christmas,
there y'all go. All right.
The massager from Tickety Talk.
Tickety Talk.
Yeah.
All right. So look,
I'm
just gonna reiterate what Cuz was talking about. Hey, look, because we was hanging out, like I said, for the most part, same days. You know what I'm saying? And just want to give a shout out to cousin Kathleen. I was about to call Kathleen. Yeah. You know what I'm saying, for having us over and everything, and putting together. And putting together a real great time for the family. And shout out to the whole family. You know what I'm saying? And it was a good time, a great time actually. You know what I'm saying? We all had a chance to,
congregate.
Yep. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Talk some ish.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Get some hugs.
Yeah.
It was good, man. I ain't gonna leave it lie. It was good. And we followed it up, like you said, with our Friendsgiving. Yeah,
that was the first one, you know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely looking for next year, you know what I mean? and do it again. How did you like the Big Flex? Let me ask you this: how did you like the the Big Flex drink, man? So I have my own little signature drink that I had to whip out on everybody.
What's in it?
You know what I'm saying?
Listen,
you gonna find out. Look,
I can't even hold you up. I must admit, I had a few that night. As soon as I came in the door, you know what I'm saying? Somebody put something. I don't know what that was.
That was some moonshine.
It was something. But listen,
yeah.
Cuz made me the Big Flex drink. I was pleasantly surprised. Okay, it was rum and lemonade. But let me tell you something. The flavor of this rum, yes. Listen, man. That's the one.
Okay.
I forget the name of it, but that is the one. Out of all the rums I've had, I said, you know what? Now, I didn't know it was 100 proof until after it's 100 proof. I'm sitting there.
Oh, no.
And listen, I'm on my third plate of fried chicken, okay? And I'm sitting there, I'm like, man, I got the munchies. Nah, we ain't know me eat that much fried chicken, bro. I'm sitting there tearing up this chicken, right? So I'm like, he come past me, and I see a few people just staring at me. They like, you all right, dog? Yeah, I'm good.
He like,
everybody looking at me for? Man, listen, I said, man, what is this? This was really good. Yeah, you gonna.
So I might as well let everybody know. Say our last show of this year is going to be on the 23rd. So I will be proudly bringing some Big Flex.
Yes,
you know. So y'all get a chance.
And you know what?
Check it out.
And you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and put the chicken together. You know what I'm saying? Because we can. I have to eat when I'm having libations because I don't like to be throwing up. Yeah. And here's the deal. What I liked about it, the very next morning when I got up, I didn't have a hangover. I didn't have the bubble guts. Yeah. Nothing. You understand what I'm saying?
That's that good liquor.
I had a real good time. Yeah. So, you know, shout out to you, cuz. That was good stuff, man.
Thanks to y'all, man. Hey, you know, you got to go ahead and hook yours up, too. Yo specialty. You know what I'm saying?
I got the Snipes drink then. Yeah.
Okay. So we drinking on the 23rd. Say less.
Oh, yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
you know what?
We eating and drinking.
The Snipes drink is Maker's Mark pineapple peach schnapps. All right. And I'm missing one. Maker's Mark pineapple.
Sprite.
Peach schnapps. Oh, ginger beer.
Ginger beer. Yeah.
Thank you for reminding me. It's extra spicy ginger beer. Yeah. So I either do the reds or the fever. Yeah, extra spicy. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. It got to be extra spicy.
Okay.
But a really good balance to it.
All right, y'all. So look, we gonna go ahead and keep on rolling. We got some tea time today?
We do. In the spirit of the holidays, and I wish I thought about this last week before we went into Thanksgiving. For a lot of people, this time of year is really hard.
Yeah.
A lot of deaths that happen around the holidays, and so for some people, the holidays will never be the same, and they kind of, get down about it or can't enjoy the holidays as much. I'm one of those people because this 3 to 4 month window is like the period of time of like my dad getting diagnosed with stage 4 cancer and then passing away within 3 months. So and my kids living out of the country.
Yeah.
So I'm one of those people that historically just like holidays is not for me. But I've started being very intentional about instead of letting them not being here get me down, finding ways to celebrate them, finding ways to make it work. So I just want to encourage everybody, like if you know somebody who has lost their parents or lost someone really close to them around this time or this year, and the holidays is the first holidays that they're going to be without their loved ones, be intentional about checking on them, and not just on the holiday, but leading up to the holiday and after the holiday, because you just don't know how hard it is for people to pull themselves out of that rut. So I'm thankful to my friends and family who were super intentional about making sure that I was coming out. My coworkers, knowing that my kids aren't here, making sure that I had somewhere to go. But we should all be that intentional about the people around us. So my tip to people this year for the holidays is find a way to celebrate them.
Yeah.
If you just the people that you're around, if they love them and share a funny story, share your favorite funny story, share your favorite funny saying. Like my dad, God rest his soul, would get drunk and then be like, "What would Jesus do?"
Yikes. Okay.
So like me and like one of my cousins, whenever like we talk to each other and we're talking about him, like we always, say that and then instantly just bust out laughing. So just find a way to celebrate them. Find a way to think about the positive memories that you got to share with them and not the loss.
Yeah. I'm gonna add on something real quick, just to be a little transparent. Like last year, I lost my grandparents, right? And my grandfather the day after Thanksgiving. So this year, when we got together for Thanksgiving, that actually was kind of good for me, I would say. You know what I'm saying? And I will say, the holidays and stuff like that and family get-togethers without my grandparents have been a little different. You know what I'm saying? And I can even tell as far as even like, I checked on my mom's and stuff like that. She was supposed to come, but she ended up not coming, and I kind of know why. You know what I mean? But we definitely got to make sure, us collectively still do that. So I'm glad you mentioned that. You know what I'm saying, Toya? Because it's very important, that we do that, around this time. And it's just in general, you know what I mean? Just check on people, you know what I mean? And go see about them, Try to get them out the house or something like that. Take them out to eat or something. Try to get them involved in other stuff that they normally might not even want to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because most of the time, I'll be thinking they be want to do stuff, and then they just get in that little moment, be like, nah, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah. Let me ask you a question, Woodard. What is your favorite thing about the holidays?
That's a good question. That's a basic answer, but obviously being with my family, spending time, getting to get together with everyone who I usually don't get to see on like a regular basis, especially living out of town. So that's really important for me, just getting to spend time with everyone. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like when I think about the holidays, definitely we have people that we miss. I know one of my fondest memories growing up was I would see my mom. Man, it would be late and the dining room table would be. That was like the holidays was, a time where my mom would hustle. Yeah. So she would sell like 7-Up pound cakes, sweet potato pies. She cleaned greens, chillings for people. So we always had a little bit of everything, because people like my mom's cooking that much to where they would just pay her and, come by, pick their stuff up. And I mean, man, it would be about 10 to 12 pies on the table cake and she would always do it when my sister and I would go to bed. Because she's one of those people, she was old school. She ain't like a lot of bumping and rattling around, while she baking.
Stop shaking my oven.
Yeah, they were serious about that shit.
Doughs going up down the steps.
But listen, man, I just, when I tell you that was just part of my, some fond memories and just listening to some music. Speaking of that, so we celebrating one of our cousins' birthday and we're at this club called The Office on Livernois, and Teron come in, and they throw on DJ Quick tonight, right? So he's sitting there, everybody jamming or whatever. So Jamie and Teron looking at me, and they like, "Cuz, you don't know nothing about this song." And like, just like that, I said, "Man, what's so ironic is," I said, Cousin Teron was the first person that I ever heard play that. When that song came out, he was playing that back to back on the record player, and I mean, it was cold, but it's memories like that I had when I was a child growing up, and I think many of us don't realize. I read something. It was like this psychiatrist had this little paper, and basically it was like a lot of us, our parents don't really influence us as much as they think we do. I think they do. It was like our peers, cousins,
and siblings, and stuff like that.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Those are the ones that have a huge influence on us in our life, whether we like to admit it or not. You know what I'm saying? And it took me back to that moment, and I'm just like, man, I got to really thinking about all of my cousins and the people that I grew up with that really have had an influence on my life in some kind of way, you know? So, yeah.
All right. Hey, well, look, clap it up and shout out to everybody in the chat. You know what I'm saying? That's watching. I'm gonna go ahead and get into say one of these topics real quick. The phone number to call in on, you know, if y'all want to call in is 810. That's area code 810-560-0658. All right. Oh, matter of fact, before the topic, I forgot to ask you. You got down.
Man, listen, I don't really have nothing that I want to say in particular, but I will say this. While we celebrating and all that good stuff for the remainder of the year, I'm not a big, huge person, like per se, to just sit around and watch the news. But I feel like, listen, for the next several months, pay attention to what's going on in the world. All right, that's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
All right, we really need to make an effort to pay attention to what's going on there. To me, and some people may agree, may disagree, that's fine, you're entitled to your own opinion, but I really feel like, you know, we are about to enter into a time of radical politics. All right,
we already been there.
We've been there, but it's about to turn up.
This time is shaping up.
All right,
to be.
and the only reason why I say that is, I've been paying attention to a lot of stuff that's been going on lately, and there's really this kind of something in the air where it's just like, if you're not down with the program, you're gonna get your ass rolled over, or, you know, it's gonna be some type of punishment that come your way, or, you know, you're gonna get blackballed if you don't, you know, really get behind, you know, this machine. And man, I really feel like when people move based out of fear, that's when you make mistakes. You know, you understand what I'm saying? Like, fear should not be the motivating factor when it comes to running our country and making different decisions. So, and especially go to the young folk. Pay attention to what's going on. And don't be afraid to step outside the box and get some information from some different sources, because, you know, the people that are in control, they know how powerful media is. They've done the study. They hire the people to do this. They know how powerful clickbait is. They know how powerful it is to spread misinformation so that, you know, you can kind of throw folks off track. You know, all while we were just looking at this last election. Every time you saw Trump and somebody asked him about that Prop 25, he said, I don't know nothing about it. And now the very same dude that drafted the shit up, he talking about being part of the cabinet. How did you not? You had to have this dude on your radar. You understand what I'm saying? But I say all that to say, just pay attention to your surroundings and what's going on. I'm not saying that in a fearful way. I'm saying that to say that oftentimes, when we have times like this, there's also opportunity in it.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm not saying this to say it like I'm scared of something, but I'm saying take advantage of the opportunities that are going to arise from the fuckery that's about to go down. That's all.
All right. So look, I was going to go into this one topic, but since this is a great transition, okay. The main topic that we're going to go ahead and touch on, we might as well, because it's going to probably spill all the way over, is you said something, you know, about being ruled in fear, right? And my question about that is where's your faith in God, right? So this is the topic. I often pose this question on a daily, like when I'm doing my meditations and prayers and thoughts and so forth, right? Is do you think, say, you know, our ancestors or God, Most High, whatever you call them, is actually happy with you as an individual or collective as a people? You know what I'm saying? With how we living right now, right? It's part of another question. Do you believe God has even given up on us, or have people or man have given up on God? Right? And do you truly believe that you're fulfilling your purpose that God and your ancestors have set out for you? Because now when we start thinking about all this political stuff, right, you know, you got okay, proposal 2025. We didn't have Operation Paperclip. We didn't have Operation Bluebeam. We didn't have so many other psychological tests and plans and all this kind of stuff that's been operating on our people, right? That might just be, say, this 2025 might be, say, the latest. But we just was going through something, say, in the pandemic, right? And you see how people reacted off of fear, right? But where's God at? Like, in your life, like, where's God at? Where's your faith at? Because to be honest with you, if you believe in God, you already know that everything is already set and done, right? There's nothing to fear at all, which that's where I live at. I don't live in fear. Whatever's going to happen, our people are always going to be good because that's who we are. So if you understand this shit on how great you are, there's nothing to fear at all. And you better go ahead and, if you haven't had a chance to analyze who you are and recognize who you are and really, find, say, your God or your Most High or whatever you believe in, this is the time right now. This is your opportunity to get your shit together. Yeah, and that's all I'm going to say, on that aspect. So how y'all feel about that? What's y'all thoughts about that?
I think it's a very interesting question. I'll just take it back to the first thing that comes to my mind, and it was the pandemic. For me, once we were in the thick of things, I saw a lot of people operate out of fear. Mm-hmm. All right. And again, no judgment, but, I feel like the pandemic in my lifetime has been one of the the first kind of tests to kind of be like, hey, pay attention to what's really going on. All right. I'll never forget. I was talking to my daughters, and I was completely unaware that at some point they were told that they couldn't even come back to school unless they got the jab. Am I incorrect in that?
No, you're correct.
Yeah. And so, once we had a conversation about that, I'm upset because I felt like, hey, again, she's in college. The other one was in high school at the time. And I felt like, hey, if you're spreading all this fear on the parents, on the children, and you're telling them, hey, you're going to be excluded if you don't do A, B, and C. You understand what I'm saying? No, listen, there are a lot of people that were faced with, I don't want to lose my job. I need to take care of my family, all kind of things. So I get it. All right. But again, this goes back to your initial statement. Where's your faith in God? All right. And that's how I kind of feel about this time, which is why I quantified my statement when I say pay attention, I'm not saying it from a fear-based place. Yeah. All right. I'm saying it from a place of, hey, look, this is a time when people start talking all of that stuff, because fear will have you hesitating. Fear will have you confused. Fear will have you not making certain decisions because of, the unknown. Well, we always living in the unknown.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying? And this is not any different than any other time. Yeah. And I actually have been feeling really good recently about saying, hey, because I do feel like this is one of those times where it's causing, it's waking people up from the standpoint of, hey, listen, I really need to get more in tune with myself. And that feels good.
Yeah,
I think sometimes when you spend some time,
it's
get in touch with yourself. It's empowering.
Yeah, it's empowering. You know what I mean? And to be honest with you, like I said, like I truly believe, like if you have faith in God, and you know what I mean, there's nothing to fear. So, this is like I said, this would be your time to actually stand up for what you really believe in and be on it 100. While everybody be talking about, I'm standing on business. Well, stand on business then. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't for X, Y, Z for the bullshit, then stand on business. You know what I'm saying? Don't talk about it, be about it. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day. You know what I mean? If you believe in God, there's nothing to fear about any of this shit that's going on. You know what I mean? There's no politician, there's no man, there's no laws, there's nothing like that. If it ain't God's law, to me, to be honest with you, or the universal laws that we should be following anyway, you know what I mean? I can care less. You know what I mean? If it's my time to go, I'm going out with a bang. That's just how I feel. You know what I mean? And I'm going out with a bang as far as on me having faith in God. Mm-hmm. How about that? You know what I mean? What about you, sis?
I think
that's heavy.
It is real shit. So I like that you used the word empowered, because that's exactly the word that I was going to use. Because it's not about fear; it's about educating yourself and using that education and that knowledge to be empowered to move the way that you need to move in whatever time it is that we're living in.
Yeah.
It's never about fear. Fear stifles you.
Yeah.
And it doesn't change what's going on around you. So I love that you used that word, because that's exactly the word that I was going to use. I do have a question for Ashley.
Yes.
So you are experiencing things that we never had to deal with growing up.
Yeah.
Pandemics, blatant racism, this election where, we got politics running that never politicked before, but they're running and they're winning. Yeah. How do you feel like that's affecting you, like growing up in these times? Like, what's your concerns? How are you navigating it? How are you educating yourself?
That's a very good question. I feel like more than ever, it's important to keep myself informed. I think that's the biggest thing. Understanding that the way I grew up looks very different than the way that my adulthood is, and ultimately is going to affect the way my children live. I think that's something that I keep in mind more, that I age, that my children are going to experience a completely different reality if things keep going the way that they are in my current adulthood. So I'm concerned about that aspect, but it just makes me think for myself that I have to keep myself informed. I have to stay knowledgeable about what's happening in the world. Like I can't just turn a blind eye to certain things, because as we're seeing, there is erasure that's being done with our history. And so who's going to be the person to tell our children, like, these things? It's going to have to be us as future parents. So that's my thoughts.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
So here's the question. Have y'all given up on God, or do you believe that God has given up on, say, humanity at this point? With everything that's going on? Yeah. I mean, me truly, I don't believe that, God has given up on us, and I haven't given up on God. So I believe that, like you said, this is a test. This is a test of your faith. This is a test of what you really believe in. This is a test on, like you said, if you're going to stand on business with everything that you believe in, you know what I mean? Or you're going to go ahead and take a payout, or, you know what I'm saying, you're going to go along and get along, you know what I mean? Or, you're going to go ahead and really follow, say, the fear campaign, you know what I mean? To do something that you wouldn't normally do, be coerced into doing something that you wouldn't, normally do,
Yeah.
When you ask that question, the first thing that comes to my mind is when I was younger, or when you're young and you go through very traumatic experiences, they could just feel like the worst thing in life. All right. And oftentimes, depending on how traumatic that experience was, some people never get past them.
Yeah.
I personally feel like this thing that we are experiencing right now is needed. Mm-hmm. And to me, and some people might look at this a little bit different, but something that I always have shared with the girls is always get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Do not be afraid of obstacles.
Yeah.
Right. I will always tell them that, because take Wuda, for example, always been really smart in school. And, as parents, we sit back and we know our children's strengths and weaknesses. Mm-hmm. I would always notice sometimes when she would kind of procrastinate and wait to the last minute to do shit. All right. And she could get away with it. But there's sometimes you reach a point in school where it's just like, oh shit, okay, wait a minute. This shit done really caught up to me, right? Mm-hmm. And so I would always tell her, I'm like, hey, listen, do not get in the habit of like breaking that cycle in your mind of how you're going at this stuff, because it's going to carry over into your life. Mm-hmm. So if I had to share something that I've learned in the last few years is when we have these moments, they're needed.
Yeah,
right?
They are.
And the reason that they're needed is because how else can change happen if we do not have these moments? Yeah. Everything in life is not always going to be comfortable, peaches and cream, comfortable, and, life this big fairy tale
or this big party.
But guess what? That's okay, because believe it or not, all of us, everybody in this room right now, we are experiencing a different reality. Mm-hmm. All right. And so even when you look at it from that standpoint, I was taught that our outer world is a reflection of our inner world. Mm-hmm. Okay. So many of us are right now, even though we got some stuff in general that's going on, many of us are experiencing different realities. Some of us are experiencing love for the first time in a new and refreshing way, despite all the stuff that's going on. Some of us are experiencing the loss of a loved one right now. Some of us are experiencing a renewed faith in life itself. Mm-hmm. So even amidst all of the stuff that's going on in life right now, we have to start with ourselves in terms of how we view the world, and that within itself is going to shape our reality. Mm-hmm. So for me, again, like you said, because I don't think necessarily that God has given up on us and on humanity. I just feel like this is just another moment that's needed, and we are evolving as a human race. We are evolving as a generation. Mm-hmm. Like you said earlier, this honestly is our time. The torch has officially been passed to us.
So what we gonna do with it?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? To move forward.
If we're gonna fight a good fight, you know what I'm saying? We fighting for good, or you gonna go ahead and settle for evil? You know what I mean? At this point, because you basically can see, if you're paying attention, what's quote unquote say good versus evil right now. You know what I mean? And some of the stuff has been blurred a little bit, you know what I mean? And it's done on purpose because it's easier to control people, and divide people out of chaos and fear and everything. You know what I mean?
And hold on, I'm going to add to that too. Something that's real important. It's interesting that you said that. Do you guys realize, probably since we've been in high school, a lot of history repeats itself? And something that I have seen go on time and time again. And this year, right now, everybody's seeing all of these different clips of Trump when he's talking about really restructuring the Department of Education, right? And he's basically saying, I'm getting rid of all the DEI programs. Anybody who's, participating in them is, going to get punished. Here's the deal. This is something interesting. When we were younger, you had a guy by the name of Ward Connerly. He was a Republican. He went around from state to state, basically suing colleges that were having affirmative action. All right. Now, believe it or not, we got a new cat. This guy he's younger than Wood. He's probably 23 years old right now. His name is Coleman Hughes. He went to Columbia University. Mm-hmm. The Republicans are using him. They're putting him. They're inviting him when they do these kind of it's basically when they something like that. He's basically against reparations. He's against DEI. He's a black conservative. He's Republican, but basically they're using him to argue why affirmative action and DEI is unfair and why they should get rid of it. Here's the deal.
But then
using another black face is where I'm going with this.
His ancestors is from. His ancestors is not even from, say, quote unquote, say America, like North America and stuff like that either.
Who's that? Coleman Hughes?
Yeah.
Bro, listen to me.
So you got. That's what I said.
This
You got
real interesting.
So that's what I said. They blurring the lines on putting say a black face in a high place, and they actually a lot of them are doing say a lot of.
He looked just like them. Yeah, he don't even think it's fair.
So then what happened is they'll put those people in those places to actually do say the bullshit against their own people because it's easier. Crazy. But a lot of people are getting paid to do that.
No,
you know what I mean. We see that far as like even if you look at say this last political not say debates but these campaigns and these rallies and stuff where you can see on all the people that actually got paid. You know what I mean? As far as like Meg the Stallion or say Oprah and all them stuff like that or whatever. Right? They just got actually paid. You know what I mean? Roland Martin and stuff like that. So instead of saying, hey, being transparent with people and say, hey, I got paid to go ahead and, have this person at my rally or have, or do an interview and stuff like that. No. Y'all just go out here and just vote. I'm actually trying to be like a journalist or I'm trying to be, try to have this appearance like they're being very even keel, right? To the process and they're not. If you're getting paid by somebody, then of course you're going to go ahead and tell them, oh, you vote for this person, this, that, and other. Yeah. You know what I mean? So you got a lot of that. And then, you put
Is Roland Martin a new Jesse Jackson?
No, he's not new. Nothing. He's on his way out the door. That guy's.
But do you see what I'm saying?
That's another guy. That's another guy whose lineage goes back to like, say, the Caribbean. Right? So it's like a lot of these people or whatever have dual allegiances. You know what I'm saying? So they're not just, people that just say, quote unquote, are from America, as far as the states and stuff like that. Their people are actually from like maybe Jamaica or whatever, just like Sheila Jackson Lee, right? So now when you start doing the background, okay, let me ask y'all this. What does the NAACP, actually, or the Black Caucus actually, if you look at their mission statement, they're for everybody. There's not just say for black people, but then you'll have you'll have a Latino caucus or Asian caucus that specifically
that's only for those people.
That's only for those people. But then you have the Black Caucus. Like I said, if you look at their mission statement, it's for everybody. So who are they actually? Who is their constituents? So you got to start looking at who is really who. You know what I mean? So all this looking at because somebody look like they melanated or black or whatever you want to call it, that's a whole nother subject that we need to have, like I said, one day about who the hell we are. You know what I mean? But anywho, just because a person, a lot of what I've seen in this whole thing was a lot of identity politics. You know what I mean? Where a lot of people wasn't really looking at quote unquote policies. They was just, this person is melanated and they're going to do for black people or whatever, however. And it's like, show me their track record. When have they ever did anything for, say, quote unquote, black people? They didn't do stuff for everybody. But then they come to you and say, hey, we need the black vote. Well, if you need the black vote, then you need to be doing something specifically for black people because that's what you asking for.
But I mean, what I mean? That's what we've been in for the past, 4 elections?
Right. But exactly. So they all playing the same kind of game. That's why I'm saying a lot of this stuff is blurred. But if you look in between, neither one of them, that's why I'm an independent person.
For the black vote.
Yeah, I'm an independent person. You know what I'm saying? Period. You know what I mean? So, if a person that's a Democrat or whatever and they have great ideas and stuff like that, I'll probably vote for you. But if you're a Republican that might have some great ideas, I can vote for you too.
Absolutely.
Because I understand, what's going to be beneficial for me and my people. That's it.
Bro, it was disgusting to me. I'll never forget back when Hillary was running. I just so happened to I visited. I got invited to Triumph Church one day. And all of a sudden, the pastor comes in. He said, hey, we got a special guest in the house. And security, whatever, they whisk her in. And she's talking. And in the midst of her talking, all of a sudden, she got the urban twang going. How y'all doing? She got that. And then listen. But the part that blew me was when she got to speaking about how she keep hot sauce in her
First of all,
like,
that's so disrespectful.
There you go.
Like Beyonce
there you
said?
go.
Like Beyonce said.
Listen,
got hot sauce in my bag.
Listen to me. She said
so
she had hot sauce. So in my mind, right, like you just said, those days of if you black, you only vote Democrat. Yeah. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Those days where if you black, you not black if you vote Republican.
Yeah.
Fuck that. Let's start putting the right people in who understand their job, know how to get shit done. Yep. You understand what I'm saying? That's like you said. That's what I want to vote for. That's what matters. At the end of the day,
to make stuff very simple, you have good people and you have bad people. What fucking side and shit are you willing to rock with? Period. And people be knowing who the hell and shit is good or bad. You know what I'm saying? People will sit up there all day and make excuses and shit, you know, when they see somebody doing some fuckery. You know what I mean? And if they cool with them or if they family with them, you know what I'm saying, and try to turn a blind eye. No, make them stand on business. If you wouldn't take that shit from somebody else, you know what I'm saying, a stranger or whatever, why is you taking that from somebody that, you know, a family member or somebody that you know or whatever that you grew up with? No, fuck that. Wrong is wrong. You know what I'm saying? Just in general. Right is right, wrong is wrong. You know what I mean? So that's just how I feel. And that's why I'm so, like, passionate about, you know what I'm saying, my relationship, say, with God. You know what I mean? Yeah. And why I don't fear anything. It's because I've been in, like, you know, we was talking about on how we didn't had, you know, traumatic issues and stuff like that, or traumatic events and stuff that we didn't experience back, you know, when I was younger and stuff like that. I'm lucky to be here. So I just put it like this. I'm lucky to be here, but at the same time, I am here for a purpose. And that was one of my other questions. Do you believe that you are fulfilling, you know, your ancestors or God's purpose, you know what I'm saying, that they set out for you? And I believe I am, because I do have a chance to, you know, talk to people or whatever, you know what I mean, as far as when I'm training people or just passing out information, stuff like that, and give people actual confidence within themselves, you know what I mean, that they might not even have, you know, or give them something to think about. You know what I mean? And stop, you know, always, you know, just I always like questioning stuff. You know what I mean? So when somebody just tell me something, I always had a initiative to go and do my own research. You know what I mean? And really try to understand what my gut feeling is. You know what I mean? And a lot of people kind of like overlook that too. You know what I mean? You know when something feels right and when something don't. You know, that intuition. You know what I mean? So a lot of times and stuff, people, you know, play with that and be like, oh man, I should have did X, Y, and Z, and this why this wouldn't have happened. You know what I mean? I'm truly a believer in that. I'm truly a believer of it's way more of the unseen than the seen. And what I mean by that is God is everywhere. God is all around. And your ancestors, which is one and the same. And what I mean by that is it's plenty of times that they already are protecting you from so much other things that you cannot even see, that if you actually take the time to just really think about it. We drive cars every day. You know how many times they can probably stop you from being in a car accident or having you stop at a red light or whatever where something could have happened. You know what I mean? It's stuff that people don't even think about. So it's like I said, you better have, say, you know, that you know, that faith in God and really believe in what you believe in. You know what I'm saying? Period. You know, let somebody, you know, don't. I think what it is too, a lot of times and stuff, people are letting other people thoughts and stuff in their head, you know, and they don't even know how to have their own personal thoughts anymore. You know what I mean? And people are, you know, okay with like taking other people's talking points and all the rest of that shit.
That's one of the things I don't like about social media. Is that we are not taking the time to educate ourselves, but we're jumping on these bandwagons that are going around social media. We're latching on to what other people are saying and we're just regurgitating it, and we're not doing the research for ourselves and empowering ourselves, there's that word again, and making an educated decision on how we need to move forward with our lives. I don't believe that God has given up on us, and I surely have not given up on him.
Yeah.
I think for me, I try to live just every day as a good person. I listen to my intuitions. I move in a manner that's, you know, doing what makes me happy, but also serving those around me as I feel led to do so. And I think when we talk about our ancestors and God leading us and guiding us, I mean, just kind of think about it. How many times, and I'm sure we've all experienced this, where we're like trying to get out the door and we can't get out the door. So we're 5 minutes behind or 2 minutes behind or whatever. And then on our route, right in front of us is a terrible accident. And you think like, dang, if I had left when I said I was going to leave, then that would have been me.
Absolutely.
Right? So you have to like listen to that intuition. Also, some of us pray and then we sit around waiting on these grand signs.
No, you still got to put in the work.
You got to put in the work.
You still got to put in the work.
I had a conversation with a friend last week, and what I said to her, she is juggling some important decisions, and she's like, I've been praying about it, and I'm just waiting on God to tell me which way to go. And I said, listen, he wants you to have the desires of your heart. Mm-hmm. So instead of waiting on this grand sign or this movement, say, because what you are desiring is good for you and serves those around you. Say, God, this is the desires of my heart. Open that door for me.
Yeah.
And then you make the moves to walk through the door of what you want to do.
Yeah.
It's really that simple. It's not about waiting on these grand signs, gestures, or that voice in your ear. Mm-hmm. If you have God in your heart, trust your heart and move accordingly. At the end of the day, we have decisions, right, to make. And we create our own narrative. Yeah. Yes, it's written in the book, but he gave us free will. So we can take this route and have these, rewards, actions, or consequences, or take this route and have these rewards, actions, or consequences. Yeah. It's really up to us. We have to stop sitting around waiting on numbers and signs and voices in our heads or confirmation, and really just say, like, this is the desire of my heart. This is how I want to serve myself and those around me, and move with it. I don't think he's given up on us. I think we're not listening.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and we about to do our little closing real quick. Anybody else want to go ahead and add on and say what we need to say before we get out of here? I know you've been thinking over here, so yeah.
No, you know what? I was just thinking, while you guys were sharing those comments, that for me, having faith in God also is like having faith in yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. And I think that one aspect of it is, it's kind of like I was taught, a lot of times we speak about things from a finite standpoint, where we get to talking about DNA and, hey, you share this many chromosomes from your mother and your father, all that kind of stuff. But there's the ultimate strand. I tell people, there's 3 strands in our DNA. We have our earthly mother and father, but we also have, our source, so like you said, God, Elohim, Yahweh, whatever you want to call them, that is entangled within our DNA as well. And when you really understand how powerful that is, that within itself, to me, is a game changer. Because like you said, if you don't know anything else, there is something that is within us that many of us, we don't unlock because we don't really have faith in it. So a lot of times when people are praying to God, they kind of really don't believe it, and they get in the way of it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, you know what? I'm gonna say this because it sounds good, but I really don't know if it's. And I think that when you start maturing mentally, you go from wishing and desiring,
hoping, and then look, you got the last 2, believing and knowing. See, that's the thing. I know. See, that's where I'm at. I'm at the I know.
Belief gonna be here, but having a knowing of something, that's a total different ball game right there. And I think that when we start to operate from that place, now we see the world through a total different lens. And, having a knowing, I'm going to be okay. Having a knowing as a man, I'm going to make sure that I take care of my children. Having a knowing that if we sick, I'm going to be healed. I'm going to be better. I think this last time when I experienced something from a physical standpoint, there was a knowing, like, oh, this is just temporary. I'm good. Let me get on it. You understand what I'm saying? And when I say I was able to, it almost felt like I snapped back. I told people and they didn't believe that what had happened to me, but I just say that to say that that's a muscle that we have to build up within our lives. Because if it's weak, Then a lot of times we'll pray and we'll question stuff when it don't happen fast enough. We'll question stuff after we pray and we're not patient enough. We'll question stuff after we pray, but we don't put that work in.
Yeah.
So.
And the more you do it, the more you see it in action, the more you believe it, and then you get to that knowing. But you gotta step out and just start doing it in order to see it happening. It's again that living in that fear opposed to that knowledge, right? Holds us back, removes that empowerment, and stifles us.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, words of the day, right? Knowledge and empowerment.
Yeah. All right. Hey, look, I want to thank everybody that came tonight and tapped in and was in the chat and everything. I want to say Dr. Ruckus for being back there on the board. Clap it up for yourself. Thanks to your sis for another great, episode. You know what I'm saying? The GAMG, the Big Flexx. Say thanks, cousin, for coming on by. Cousin Ashley, all right? Great job. Keep up the great work. You know what I mean? And, of course, say thanks, cuz. You know what I'm saying? As always, brother. You know what I mean?
I appreciate you.
And just want to say one thing as far as on the knowing. Just know this, everybody. Your oldest ancestor is God. So if that don't empower you, I don't know what the hell and shit will. So on that note, we out of here. We're going to see y'all next week, 9 p.m. every Monday night. Tap in. Flex it on out, y'all. Peace.
Yeah.